Hello, welcome to Cardminds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a Sagittarius weekly money and career reading from September 22nd to the 28th, 2025. Sagittarius, welcome, welcome. Let's see what messages we have for this upcoming week. Sagittarius weekly money and career, September 22nd to the 28th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I hope you are well. Be on the lookout on the here out for the magic word if you're interested in putting your name in the hat for a free reading. All you have to do is put the magic word down below in the comments section and be subscribed. I will pull one name and announce it at the end of the month of September. So grab your best headphones, earbuds for better sound, and let's get started. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we need to know? What are the messages here for the sign of Sagittarius, money and career, September 22nd to the 28th? What do we need to know for this upcoming week? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we need to know? Messages for the sign of Sagittarius, money and career, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what we got. What are the messages for this upcoming week? Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, Eight of Swords, Page of Wands, Tower, Hermit, Eight of Cups, Four of Cups. Okay. Stepping away from your safe space that has been your safe space for a while, but you're committed, you're working, you're very hard worker, Sagittarius, working really hard on something. So specializing in something, committing to a project, committing to a job, committing to get the job. Here it is, Ace of Wands, Eureka, it's happening, right? Igniting the fire, finding the answer, the clarity, the beginning. Here you are, Sagittarius, in all your glory, pushing forward, making it happen, taking risks, believing in yourself and trusting yourself along the way to be different than others, taking initiative, taking leadership, being very wise though, very wise, but this is the big picture. This is what you're moving towards. Focus on your assets. You've been disappointed in someone, in answers and callbacks and resources, in jobs, connections, whatever it is. Focus on you. Focus on your talent, your assets, your resources, your ideas. Focus on the facts. right? Try to separate yourself. And I know there is a lot of emotion there, but to be able to believe in this vision and take leadership, take charge, to develop this, to be different, to start this, to begin this, whatever it is, whether it's a job, a vision, an idea, a business, it's important to stick to the facts. If you get too involved in drama, in office politics, or in everybody that has a say around you, everybody that has something to say, and sort of having that feeling of being overwhelmed because you're separating yourself from a place that was your place or a safe space for a long time, but that's no longer valuable for you or no longer that place for you. It's difficult to step out of that, but it's really pushing you into something more valuable that can exist for you. So you're stepping up your game. But for that, yes, stagnation, also feeling a little scam trickery there, or not really realizing the differences between dreams and reality, or the dreams we can transform and the pipe dreams, right? Wanting to be in a different space, or even a different person or a different energy, but it doesn't transform like magic. Or maybe of course there's magic, of course things can happen and anything can happen, but the process has to be there. And so here the disillusion is you thought something was going to happen, or you believed in this, or you believed in this dream, or you believed in this potential. And I think that now you're aware of how you're going to move forward. There's a real separation here between dream and reality, sort of stuck in that energy, right? What are the next options? What am I going to do? I really believed in this. I believed in this dream. I believed it could happen. It will happen. You're starting new, but there's also the reality of things and the facts. And the facts are, you are going to move into a new energy once you separate yourself from these emotions, these ties that sometimes we have our whole life, and understanding, what we have to disconnect from, what we have to detach ourselves from, to be able to go on our own adventure, on our own path. There's a real sense of, this is not enough for me anymore. I don't want to be in this energy anymore, or I don't want to be bound to this, bound to these emotions, or bound to these people. It can be family. It can be an energy that you've had in your job and your career for a long time, or in a space, in a place you're living in a location. You can be relocating, you can be traveling, you can be moving. And there we have the tower is that shift. It's almost like that shift of, comfort zone. In other words, that safe space that has been yours for a long time, maybe a place you lived in, maybe close to your family, maybe what you called home, or a job, or a location, a city, a village, right? Something that has been close to your heart, yet you have outgrown this probably for a long time, and probably sort of hanging on to this, right? Having control and hanging on to this place. And so, yes, it can be a job. Yes, it can be a place you lived in. But yes, also you realize suddenly with the tower that that's not for you anymore, and it's not serving you. It's sort of blocking you from blossoming or evolving or developing or moving or finding your happiness, your joy with the Four of Wands. Finding your home, finding mental harmony, like a sense of completion, a sense of contentment, but maybe intellectual contentment, right? Contentment of the mind. Your ideas are going to start to manifest in real time once you detach yourself from these emotions, this bound you have, bound. Yes, moving into harmony, contentment, and happiness. There's a sudden realization here with the Tower that now you realize this. Now it's time to shift. Now, you know, it's like a sudden change. It's like forcing you to clear out all those false beliefs or sort of unstable foundation, or a foundation that is no longer yours, ultimately liberating you. So what's destroyed, or what you're leaving, or what you're stepping away from was already unstable. And so there's a certain truth coming to the surface, even if it's painful or, you know, something you've been attached to for so many years. It's creating the space for authentic rebuilding. It's a relief. It's a sense of relief and a sense of liberation. And at the same time, it's a process to detach ourselves from certain emotions. Again, whether it's people, places, jobs. And you have been thinking this through for a while. You have had to dig deep, because this is your world and this is your new choice of life. So to make this decision or to step away, it's like you've had to, or maybe you have to, like, step away from the noise of the world and really withdrawing yourself from superficial information or all the noise of the world to focus on a deep understanding of yourself, of what your desires, of what you want, and to think independently, all free from influences and social media. And there's a certain wisdom here over cleverness, a certain wisdom over a quick fix, a quick answer, and understanding over speed, and just sitting and taking the time needed to know when to act and when to wait, right? That stillness that sometimes is more productive than that constant stimulation and that constant instant fix. Detaching ourselves from immediate experiences and instant gratification. That's really gearing you towards this new beginning. Fabulous reading, fabulous reading. Ace of Wands here. Clarify the Ace of Wands. What is this sudden clarity, sudden ignition here of this new start, this new opportunity? What is this all about for Sagittarius? What is this new opportunity for Sagittarius? They have committed to this. They've been working on this. What is this all about? Yes, the Ten of Wands. A lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility on the shoulders. Take your time. Take your time. Justice is coming in. The answer is coming in. The stability is coming in. Whatever needs to be addressed will be addressed. Whatever needs to come out will come out. Whatever is fair to you will come out, and the decision will be made. Whether you're making the decision, or courts, or justice, or the universe shuffling things around to bring things back to balance, sort of put in everybody, all these energies back in their place so you can find your balance and you can find your answer, or the decision is made for you. Six of Cups. Yes, I can feel the energy and the emotions tied to the past, to family, to siblings, to a home. These triggers are surfacing up. Now, these triggers that you have and this decision to detach yourself from these emotions, from this space, it can be also something way back in the day in your childhood when you were growing up, or your family, or these emotions that are triggering within you as you move, as you relocate, as you make this decision to start new. These emotions can be resurfacing again from the past. We all have baggage. We all have emotions. We're all made of emotions and water, and that's what happens when we have to make big decisions, or we have big career changes, or big life path changes, or right? These are all emotions that resurface, and we question ourselves. What are we made of? What do we want? What are our desires? What direction do I want to take? Who am I? Right? That deep soul search here. All right, so we have the Tower. One card on the Tower, please. Let me change decks. One card on the Tower here for Sagittarius. Yeah. Three of Swords, not surprised. The disappointment of, but having to detach yourself. The disappointment in others, maybe, or you're just not there anymore, and now it's for you to evolve and for you to progress forward into your next career move, life move, energy move, your next vision. Take your time. Take your time to process. Take your time to organize yourself, to plan. This is going to be step by step. This is not fast movement, but with the Tower and the Three of Swords, it's realizing that, you've been disappointed, or this is something that hit home to you, and you don't want to be part of that anymore. It's not for you. It's not your space anymore. One more card on this. Okay, I think we've circled these energies, but Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, being resourceful, moving forward. There's a mission to move forward. You have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands telling me that little by little you're taking responsibility. Little by little you will be the authority. You will be the one making this decision. You're going from the Knight of Wands to the King of Wands, which tells me that maybe for a long time you were in that position, working there, living there, or these emotional attachments were a little bit of immaturity. When I say maturity, it's not about age. It's about feeling the need to stay in that cocoon, or feeling the need to stay attached to that place for emotional security, and just enjoying that and knowing you have great memories there. And the fact being there, it's sort of putting you in a space where it's almost like going back home. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. It feels like when you go back home, it doesn't matter how old you are. If your parents are still alive or family is still alive, and you go back home and just sort of revert to that child, to you as a child, right? You revert to that child. And because you're in that space of your room, or sensory and people, and this was your childhood, and this brings back memories and all that. And so it feels like you go from the Knight of Wands, where it's a little bit, yeah, you're responsible, but it's almost like that teenager energy, where life is ahead of us. Let's just have fun. We don't take much responsibility. We're just there for the fun, and we're gonna have to learn along the way. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy life, and we don't really think things through. We don't really know how to make core decisions yet, right? It's just gaining in maturity, and it feels like when you go back there, that is who you are, and it's almost like it feels like there's I wouldn't say the sale of a home. I wouldn't say. But it feels like you're detaching yourself from that sort of umbilical cord there. It doesn't mean that the home doesn't exist. It feels like you have to sort of separate yourself from that bond, like cut the umbilical cord to be able to move forward in your life and, have your own vision. And yeah, there's justice here twice telling me that certain things have to be addressed, certain things need to be said. Whatever needs to be said will be said, right? It's about fairness, it's about truth, it's about accountability. Maybe someone needs to be accountable for something. Maybe truths have to come out in the family, or maybe truths have to come out within a situation. It doesn't have to be particularly with family, but something was off balance. So this is about considering why things are off balance, why you feel like you need to get the truth out, or things need to be addressed, right? Why is it off balance? Why do you feel the need to detach yourself and move out of there or get out of that energy? So sort of whatever you put out there in the world comes back to you, whether good or bad. So this is about seeing the truth and examining the facts and examining what needs to be examined, but not emotions, right? Not emotions. As much as you're attached emotionally, this is not about emotions. It's about gaining clarity on a subject or gaining clarity on a situation, a person, whatever it is. And it can be a job. It can be a career. It can be a business. And it can also be home, family, emotions. But you have to be objective and rational to make this decision. And whatever needs to be revealed will come to light. And then your decision will be made based on truth, morality, ethics, whatever it is. That's going to allow you to find a balance, right? But to get through this period, to make a decision, it's important to keep an emotional balance, a mental balance, a physical balance, to be aligned, right? To be aligned, to be able to make a decision. So just consider where imbalance may exist and take the steps to restore stability, whatever it takes for you to be able to be in harmony and in balance with yourself. Sometimes it takes a lifetime. What are you stepping away from? What are you stepping away from? Control of money. You're stepping away from control of money, someone controlling, stepping away from control. But you also have this Page of Pentacles, which tells me that you have a new financial goal, right? You have a new plan. So you're either learning about money, or these are your savings, or there's a side hustle allowing you to move forward, or it's a slow start, but it's a solid start if you've budgeted and saved money to get out of the control or financial control from someone. Whole new goal here, whole new plan. This is your new plan. This is your new plan, Sagittarius. This is your new plan. All right, let's see if there's one last message for the road, Sagittarius. If you're interested in getting a tarot reading, join membership. That gives you access to tarot readings during live. Sunday 12 noon, Monday and Friday 7 p.m. or earlier depending on my schedule, Eastern Standard Time. It gives you access to private tarot readings, if that's something you're interested in. The Fool, Four of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Yes, then you get, you're ready for your whole new adventure, getting out of obligations or getting out of that fear of judgment and getting out of your comfort zone. Certainly stepping away from that comfort zone you've been in for such a long time. This is where you were. This is your home. These are your buddies, or this is the place you worked in, or this is what you called home, right? But your home is still there. You're just moving into what is important for you. That contentment and harmony. A little bit of impatience there, a little impulsive there. So no rash decisions, right? Just make sure to, calm everything down. But it's a real sense of freedom for you. And getting out of your comfort zone, but so liberating for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to each and everyone for being here, for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. It's one click away. Huge difference for a channel. So thank you so much for supporting this channel and allowing it to grow. 59% of the people do not subscribe to this channel, or not subscribed, that watch this channel. So thank you so much for subscribing. Makes a huge difference. And thank you for your support. Huge shout out as well to all the beautiful members out there, that without them this channel probably wouldn't exist anymore. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to each and every one. I want to say that the magic word here is liberation. Liberation. So if you're interested in putting your name in the hat for a free reading, or just putting liberation down below, all you have to do is put liberation down below, down in the comment section, and be subscribed. Don't forget to be subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, Sagittarius. Take care. Bye-bye.